What's going on, guys? This is Top Tier Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm Antwan Steele, and today I want to talk about the adjustment to the Forbidden Unlimited list. Starting February 8th, at all of the sanctioned events such as YCSs, regionals, UDSs, Konami's going to start using an adjusted list. So this isn't like a huge change to the Forbidden Unlimited list. This is just going to pretty much just hurt PePe and keep them from dominating all of the sanctioned events. So the changes that are actually going to be made are Performage Plushfire and Damage Juggler are now forbidden. Tellarknight Ptolemaeus is also forbidden, and then Performapals, Skullcrobat Joker, and Monkey Board are limited, and then Luster Pendulum the Draco Slayer is also limited. So the reason why Konami is doing this is they're pretty much saying they're not a fan of this Tier 0 format. They don't want one deck dominating everything and then not allowing for a diverse format. They want to see a wide variety of decks because they're saying that that's what the players want. And I'm sure that's what a lot of players want. I mean, everyone likes to be able to play different decks. You want to be able to play what you have fun playing and not always have to play what you believe is the best deck. That's why Konami is doing this. They say they want an even playing field. You know, they don't want to make a knee-jerk reaction to anything, and so. But however, I do think this is a knee-jerk reaction to the power level of PePe. I mean, I don't know how they didn't see this deck being the best deck. It's dominating in the OCG, and it's dominating the TCG as everyone expected. I don't know why they're, doing this so quickly. Because the set Breakers of Shadow just came out not even a month ago. And they're already, doing a ban list to change it. And then I guess they're trying to cover their asses and say, well, this isn't, a big change to the list. This is just going to be at sanctioned events, and that you don't have to play this list at your friend's house or at school or wherever you might be playing. But the way I see it, this only affects competitive players. And so the competitive players that are playing at their friend's house or whatever, they're not going to be playing a less competitive list because they know they won't be able to play it at a YCS or a regional or where it matters, actually. They're also saying at your locals is going to be up to the store to decide what list they want to play. I think that's ridiculous. It shouldn't be up to the store. It should be so that if you're playing in a tournament, regardless of if it's a locals or if it's a YCS, you should be playing the advanced list. You should be playing one list. If you're not playing advanced, you're playing traditional where you can just kind of play whatever and go balls to the walls, do all your crazy OTKs and whatever you want to play. Cool. But there shouldn't be any in between. So there shouldn't be like play advanced at these events, play adjusted list at these other events, and then just play traditional wherever people play traditional. I mean, I especially don't like the fact it's up to the stores because in a lot of places there are multiple stores. So like in my city, there are 2 stores. I wouldn't want it so that one store uses the adjusted list and then one doesn't. I think that's just confusing, and you don't want to be confused as a player when you're building your deck. Another thing that Konami mentions is that they want you to let them know. They want to know at the next YCS, pretty much Atlanta this weekend. They want to know what you think about this. So to all the players that are watching this going to YCS Atlanta, I'm not, but if you are, let them know. Let Konami know how you feel about all of this. I mean, do you like PePe being pretty much destroyed, or do you prefer to play it? I mean, I think it goes more past that, like whether you want PePe in particular destroyed, or whether you like Tier 0 formats or not. And so personally for me, I mean, I don't really mind Tier 0 formats. I mean, I think they're cool. I do. One thing I like about them is that at the top tables, everyone's going to be playing the same deck for the most part. And I think it comes down more to skill. I mean, obviously, there is luck involved in every match, in every game. There's always a little luck. If you draw better than your opponent, you're probably going to win. But I think it comes down to skill as well because you're playing the same thing. You know what they have. You know pretty much all the possibilities. And it comes down to a lot of times just player choice. It comes down to what you search, when you do it, mind games. And I think that's the way the game should be. And then there's also the fact that when you're playing the same deck, there's no advantage to one player or another. Versus if you're playing different decks, a lot of times it can just come down to matchups. And obviously matchups are a part of the game, and they're part of every game. I can't think of anything where matchups aren't involved, but I prefer to lose because my opponent, outplayed me versus them beating me because they played something I just have a bad matchup against. That's just the way I see things, though. I mean, I don't mind. I like diverse formats too because it's fun to be able to play a lot of different decks. For example, Deskbots are a really good deck. I wouldn't take them to a YCS though because, I mean, obviously they're not as good as decks like PePe or Kozmo or Monarchs or anything like that. Decks are not equal. Some decks are going to be stronger than others. And a diverse format allows you to play the decks that may not be, super strong and still be able to have a chance at being really competitive with them. And, I do really like that. So I'm a fan of both. And more than anything, I just don't like how sudden this is. Because this is only February 3rd right now. And they're saying this takes place February 8th. That's only 5 days. That's just not enough time, I don't think. And I think it's really unfair to anybody that invested in Breakers of Shadows. Because, again, that only came out, about a month ago. And for the people that dropped hundreds of dollars on their sorcerers, on their solemn strikes if they're playing, the Adrian build. So all the people that paid all this money in order to be competitive are now being told that it's too good. I just think it's unfair so soon. I mean, I think you should get it. I don't know. I mean, at least this is arbitrary, but at least like 6 months out of it. But you're putting so much money into the game, into Konami's pockets, for them to pretty much shit on it. I just think that's really unfair. I mean, if you look at Necros, they got started in February, and then they didn't really get destroyed like this. They didn't get neutered until November. And so they got a solid almost a year, or not almost a year, but like 8 months. They got a good amount of time to pretty much play what you spent your money on. I think PePe should be the same. But now the players don't really get that chance now, and that's what I think is really unfair. Whether it's, one deck dominating all the other ones or not, or if it's a diverse format, I can see both of them being pretty good. But I think the problem is when you don't know when it's going to change. Because before they used to have a new ban list every 3 months, every 6 months. But now they just kind of do it sparingly, really whenever they want. And I think it's kind of an insult to the players. I find it almost insulting that they want to just pretty much change everything about the game so suddenly. Especially what it does to the market. I just think of, what if you were about to go to YCS Atlanta, and so, you just ordered your Performapal Pendulum Sorcerers. So they're in the mail, you already bought them, you already got them, and you haven't even played them yet. And now before you even play them, they're already losing their value. And then by the time you play them, they're going to be, I'm not going to say worthless, but probably not even worth half what you paid. And I just think that's really unfair that they're doing this so soon. Because I bet if you saw this list before, like maybe a week or two ago, people would have already started getting rid of PePe. Like, of course, they're still going to play it, but it wouldn't be like an overwhelming number of people playing it. People would be ready to get rid of it already. Because you want to get rid of it and try to get as much value out of it as you can. You don't want to wait. So for the players that are recently putting money into it, not being able to get their value back, and obviously you don't always get your value back, and you probably never get your value back, but you at least want to get your value in the time that you spend having fun playing it. And that's what I think the players aren't getting. I think people are I think we're getting cheated right now. And so again, if you're at YCS Atlanta, let Konami know how you feel. Let me know how you feel as well in the comments section. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to have a new video coming up in the next few days, so look forward to that. And thanks for watching, guys. Take care.